Welcome to GIDUE. Today we present the Digital Flexo Excellence Technology. In fact, we are not talking about one technology, but we are talking about a system of technologies. I would divide the purpose of these technologies in two big branches. One is the digital automation, and the second one is on-the-fly exchange of printing and converting tools. Digital automation is a purpose that we had in mind since the beginning of our activities. In 1999, the flower print unit was already a very simple and easy to use print unit. And then on this base, we started in 2010 to introduce the Digital Flexo technology, which is based on a very simple observation of what is the job of a printer. A printer introduces the print cylinder, starts to print, read what the printing unit is doing. If there is too much pressure, it takes away pressure. If there is less pressure, it gives pressure, and adjust the register, the print register. This is what he does using his eyes and his fingers. Now, Digital Flexo is a very simple principle. You just substitute the eyes and the fingers of an operator with digital eyes and digital fingers. It's not so difficult, because if you are printing and you're having extreme pressure, on the print you can see that you have an enlarged dot. So if you have an enlarged dot, this is full of pixels which are not needed, more pixels than needed. So what we did, we have a digital camera, a high definition camera, which reads the printed result and understands if it is too much pressure or less pressure. And 4 servo motors on every print unit adjust the print pressure and the analog pressure. Very simple. The same what the operator would do manually is done by digital eyes and digital fingers. Now, this is called print tutor technology. Then there is a second step. If you are doing everything right on the print side and you are digitalizing the print side, you need also to do the same on the die cutting side. So we have developed the DigiGap, which is nothing more than an anvil which can adjust itself to the thickness of the substrate, adjusting the distance, the gap, digitally. So it's a digital gap between the anvil and the die cutting tool. In between you have the substrate, and the depth is automatically regulated and adjusted. Very simple technology, which means in any case that before the operator was doing the die cutting pressure manually, in this case everything is done digitally based on the substrate thickness. So now we have digital automation. Then what happens by simple observation of what the operator is doing? When he needs to do a new job, he does is to take away the old job from the printing machine. What happens is that all that waste, all that web is a waste because it's not printed. So you have to take the web away, and then you have to start a new job, and you put the new print cylinders in, and you start to make all the adjustments, and all these 2-3 web lengths are waste. So we thought, why don't we change everything on the fly? Why don't we change everything one at a time? So we let the old job go, but it is good, and we start with a new job in, which is also good. We have Digital Flexo technology, we can do it, because the camera can discriminate, can read the new job and the old job, both. So we have somehow invented a very simple system of exchanging the print cylinder. This is called Excellence Technology, and within the Excellence Technology you have Excel Print. Excel Print is a very mechanical system, very simple. You just introduce on the left of the print unit a new job, new cylinder for the new job, and when it is time, this cylinder just simply substitutes the old print cylinder while the machine is running. Idle speed, but while the machine is running. What does this mean? That you don't have any more tension problems. You don't stop the press. But because you are doing this in a sequential way, so one at a time. So first change, then change, then change again. You're just having the old job which is going away, all good, all sellable product, and the new job coming in in a very short time, all good, sellable. You don't have waste in the machine, and you have an automated digital operation on the press. Now, we have done it on the print, Excel print, you can see on the video. Then you can do it also on the die. On the die cutting, because we have the digital automation of the DigiCap, is quite simple. You have 2 die cutting stations, job number 1, and then when you're finished job number 1, starts job number 2. Very simple, but you have prepared the job number 2 and you don't have to stop the press or to wait for downtime. So the whole press is running all the time. 95% of the time the press is running. Now, you also want to reduce the cost because you want to concentrate your press on very short runs. Then we have developed a universal cylinder, magnetic cylinder, where the paper down is running in a semi-rotary way. So you have one cylinder and you use only a part of it for the flexible die. So you can reduce the cost of the flexible die. This is a semi-rotary die cutting unit. Then we thought, because we have this technology, why not changing also the flexible die? So before we had the exchange of the print cylinder, then we have the exchange of the 2 dies, then we have another system which allows us to exchange also the flexible die. So this is Excel cut, Excel print, Excel die, Excel cut. Now, which are the advantages of all these technology exchanges? First of all, it's a question of mentality. The whole company changes mentality. Because if you have a digital Flexo excellence press, or let's call it an excellence press into your plant, your attitude to your production flow changes dramatically. First of all, the printing machine is considered like a digital instrument. You have one digital file, it can go to a digital conventional or to a digital excellence press. So it's a new world. The second point is, how do you organize your production flow? If you have a press which has absolutely the same amount of waste as a digital press, the same amount of time, and have much less cost of click, ink and maintenance, then you will probably run most of the jobs on that press. So the digital Flexo excellence press will integrate the press inside a digital environment, considering it possible also for micro runs. Let's analyze in detail the difference between a digital press, conventional, and a digital Flexo excellence press. First of all, if you have a digital press, you are obliged to use the consumables of that specific supplier. On a Flexo press, you can use as many consumables as you want. You can choose the ink, you can choose everything. On a digital, you cannot. On a digital press, you have to have the price which is given by the supplier. So you're obliged to that price, and that price is equal to for everybody. On a digital Flexo, you can organize your company, you can still keep your difference. Waste is the same. You can see in the videos, the waste is absolutely the same. I would say even lesser, because on a digital Flexo excellence, you have everything in line, the automation. On a digital press, you have digital printing, and most of the times you go to a second path for the converting side. On the label side, here on our technology, you do everything in one go. Digital Flexo excellence allows you to do everything, printing and converting, on the same line. Then you have the flexibility on the substrates. On the digital Flexo press, digital Flexo excellence, you are able to print on any substrate. On digital presses, often you're limited in substrates. Then you can take the new advantages of flexography, because now flexography has gone to a level of printing quality of 80 lines per centimeter, so 200 lines per inch. So the quality of Flexo is very high, and a big point is the uptime. On a digital press, by definition, you need to have time to maintain the press to the quality. So calibration, cleaning, and everything which is needed to keep the press to the level. On a Flexo press, you know by definition that it is a shorting train. It is, if you organize well the company, you can have 90%, 95% of the time uptime, because you're never stopping the press. So digital Flexo is a technology which starts to challenge digital also not only on the short runs, which are, let's say, less than 1000 meters, but also on micro runs, which is less than 500 meters. But on a digital Flexo Excellence press, you can have the same press performing good quality and consistent quality and cost-effective quality on short runs, micro runs, medium runs and long runs. So digital Flexo Excellence can be a possible future for the next generation of label and packaging converters.